What was my first strip search like in prison? It was the first of many because I spent 10 years in prison. I got out a few years ago and strip searches became a part of everyday life and it sucked. But here's what it was like during my very first strip search. So first and foremost, let me just say that strip searches become a part of your everyday life. You can't be shy and you have to just kind of roll with the punches, or they're going to assume that you're trying to sneak something in your cootie woody or your booty pocket, and you'll get targeted. So you need to become comfortable with just doing it like it's nothing, and that goes against all of our natural innate feelings, but it's something we got to do. So my first strip search was right away. I mean, you get right off the prison bus and they park you in a garage, they roll down the door, and they get you all off of the prison bus or van or however you rode there. And you're immediately sitting in a garage, handcuffed, shackled, maybe even black boxed. And then all of a sudden they start uncuffing you, unshackling you, and now you're just sitting on this bench. After that, they grab a group of you and they escort you to the shower area. They start taking you about 5 to 7 at a time. They have several female officers and they tell you to take off all of your clothing, every last bit of it. Now you're just standing there butt booty naked with all of your goodies exposed to the world. It doesn't matter if it's cold, winter, hot, raining, if you're on your period, if not, it doesn't matter. You're all standing there in all of your naked glory and you're staring at these officers and you're trying not to look at each other, and it's uncomfortable as hell. At this point, each officer, and if you're not the first one, you're just gonna wait, but each officer, and there's usually about 3 of them, will start to go one by one. They'll look in your mouth, they'll look in your ears, they'll look under your breasts, they'll go through your hair, and then they will tell you that you need to turn around with your back facing them. You need to bend over at the waist, grab both cheeks with both hands. So grab both cheeks, pull them apart without bending your knees, just bend at the waist, straight over, like you're trying to touch your toes. Have both cheeks in your hand, grab them, pull them apart, and cough like your life depends on it. I'm not talking about a little I'm talking about like that. It has to be a deep, hearty cough. They will literally tell you, like they told me, we want to see that thing pucker. I'm like, ma'am, what thing do you want to see pucker? And she said, the flower. I didn't know if the flower was the Cuda hole. I didn't know if the flower was the Cuda brown hole. I didn't know what she was talking about. But apparently when you bend at the waist, the brown hole is supposed to flex, okay? And that's what they want to see. You have to do 3 hearty coughs so they can see that brown hole. While you're bending at the waist and grabbing both cheeks, they want to see it flex. After you get those 3 good solid coughs in, and you've been bending at the waist now for God knows how long, now they want you to squat. Don't bend at the waist. Just squat at your knees straight down. Now, when you squat straight down, they're going to have you go fairly low to the ground, kind of like almost in a full squat at the knees. And they want you to grab your cheeks again, pull them completely apart, and cough 3 good hearty coughs. Now, at this point, y'all, you got people that have a little bit of tinkle dinkle, a little bit of pee-pee squirting out. You got a little bit of blood squirting out from people that are on their period. You've got elderly people that are in their 70s, 80s, whatever. And, you know, they have all kinds of stuff coming out. You hear farts. You hear a lot of things going on. Okay, so while you're down there and people are peeing, farting, bleeding, and everything else under the sun. Some people can't even get down there and get back up. It's horrendous. So embarrassing, so dehumanizing. And I'm not trying to laugh at it. God, I'm not trying to laugh at it. But it is so terrible and embarrassing. Now, when you're done, and hopefully you're done in the good 6 coughs that you have to give them, now you have to wait for everybody else in your line to go. And while you're waiting, either to be processed or do your cough, or you're done and you're waiting for everybody else, you're just standing there butt booty naked and you're just so awkward and like, okay, all my biddies are out, what do I do? But you just stand there and wait till everyone's done. Now, that is the first strip search and the shittiest one because it happens immediately. But you're going to get used to them pretty quick because you have strip searches every time you go in and out of visitation. If you work outside the gates, you have one every time you leave to go to work in the morning and every time you come back. You have them randomly if they suspect something, and if they suspect something and nothing falls out because your stuff puckered and flexed, but they didn't find anything and they didn't see anything, then they will put you in a dry cell, and that sucks all in itself. So anywho, that is my first strip search. It was horrendous. It was horrible, and I hope no one watching this ever has to experience it, because it sucks bad. If you guys enjoyed this video, follow for more. It's a free way for you guys to support, and I really appreciate y'all. So see you later.